I've been enjoying this AWE SwitchPath exhaust system for the G87 M2, but there's one thing that we've forgotten to do that I think we all should do with the exhaust install. Something that's been bugging me, and I didn't realize we had it in the kit this whole time. Something so small, but has a significant impact on the overall aesthetics and look of the exhaust install. So in this one, let's dive into that and let's talk about it. There's one thing that I missed to do in the install of the exhaust. It's so small but so essential, and that's these collar clamps. These collar clamps come in the kit and we just completely missed it. So what's been happening as I've been driving with this is that these tips, they're somewhat aligned correctly right now, but what happens is as I accelerate hard, this thing, the whole one side of it pushes against the rear diffuser right through here, and it starts to touch it after some driving. And part of the reason is because we didn't put that collar on the hangers, the exhaust hangers. So we're gonna lift this up, try to get underneath it and put those collars back on. Let me show you how close this was before. So let's put this back in here. You see the spacing between the exhaust and the rear diffuser is much narrower on this side when compared to this side. And so that's what we're going to try and even out a little bit from one side to the other. And you see this starts to get closer and sometimes touch a little bit as well. You could see there's been a little bit of melting of the plastic rear diffuser. And we're gonna try and make it even and then jack up the car and put those clamps on so the exhaust doesn't move around under hard acceleration. So let's get to it. But first, let's align it. A little too much on this side. Okay, that's about good. So, first things first, before you start doing this stuff, is look at the instruction manual provided by AWE, where they clearly state how to use these locking collars. I spent the last little bit jacking it up, putting it on the wrong hanger. So it's not the midsection that you got to put these on, it's the rear portion. That's the muffler portion where you want to put that on. With that being said, once you have your tips aligned, to install these collars on the rear section of the exhaust, the axle back portion of it, you don't necessarily need to jack up the car. You don't have to go through all of this to do all of what I was going to do, which is essentially installing these two collars on the thing. Let's show you where to put this properly. If you didn't jack up your car, for example, the collars would be right here. That's where you install the collars. That's essentially the rear section, which is essentially accessible by just doing this. Yeah, more work than we were trying to do. But to install these collars and uninstall them, pretty straightforward. You just have to find the spot and put them in. I mean, it's not all wasted effort. Jacking up the car, it makes it a bit more convenient to get to it, so. I can't believe that's what's moving around. Oh well, let's get it tightened.
So hold it down and tighten. And you ain't going anywhere, you sucker. This can go pull in whatever direction. You see there's a lot of movement. I mean, that movement is important for it to flex around as necessary. But yeah, that's it. That's how easy it is to do the passenger side. Now let's head out and do the driver's side. Hold it down and press inwards so it stays on there tight. There it is. Simple. That's it. This is not the collar is pretty tight. It grabs the hanger quite nicely as well, so it ain't going to move anywhere anytime soon. And that's it. That's the job this time, not what I did before. Don't go off and install it in that area over there that I showed. You don't need to go installing it there. That's not the right location for it. You want to get it installed in these anchor points at the axle back by the muffler section of the exhaust. There you have it. The install is done. It's a simple job to do. It's a small piece that makes a big difference in the aesthetics and the alignment of the exhaust. So that rear section moves around, and you need those locking collars to keep them in place. So don't forget that as part of the installation. You don't necessarily have to jack up the car to do it. You can just lie down and get underneath those collars or those hangers for the rear section of the exhaust, get them on, and good to go. Make sure you get the right size. Typically, those collars should come in the kit when you get the SwitchPath system, so make sure you use it. Don't make the mistakes I made. Do it right. Don't forget it during the initial install. There you go, a quick video just to remind everyone to install those locking collars. For everyone that's installed the AWE SwitchPath system, make sure you get that one piece right. Anyways, that's it. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. We'll see you all in the next video. Like, subscribe, do all those things, and we'll see you later.